say necessarily I'm a bad driver, but there are times where I'm not the best or that I'm trying to get to a place faster than I need to be.
So you told me you had 2 accidents.
Yeah,
in the course of.
It was 2 weeks, within 12 days of each other.
And you totaled
both of the cars.
What? Both of them? Oh, you didn't tell me both of them.
Yeah. So the first one, I was literally on my way to work.
Talk this slow so they can understand.
So the first one was 2 days before Christmas.
Whoa.
Yep. And I literally was on my way to work, and this guy literally tried to make a U-turn in the middle of the road. And so I saw him turning around in the road. I tried to go around him, but he just clipped me, and I literally still tried to keep going because I was going to be late, but my car would not go. So I was sat and parked. But he happened to hit me right at the right spot. I also had a shitty car. So it was time for her. It was time for her to go. So that one wasn't my fault.
Okay.
That was a good one. I didn't have to pay for that.
That was mentioned first.
Yeah, that was the first one. The second one was it was like literally 12 days after. And I was just going home, just to go home for the weekend.
Normal day.
3 hours back in Fayetteville.
Mm-hmm.
And it just happened to follow too close to someone. And then right as they were braking, I tried to brake. I ended up hydroplaning, and then I crashed head on into a truck. That wasn't great. Not fun.
It was raining.
It was raining. And I just clipped him, couldn't do anything. So I jumped right out the car, and I ran over to the other people because they had also hit a tree. So I ran straight to them.
Good for you.
And I made sure that they were okay, which I think there was like 6 people in the truck.
Wow.
Yeah, they were tightly packed in there.
Okay.
But whenever that had happened, I made sure that they were okay.
Good.
But whenever I finally took a minute to realize what had happened and gather my thoughts, sobbed uncontrollably because I knew I had to call my parents.
Yeah.
And be like,
admit that almost.
Hey, it happened again. And literally that phone call to my dad. Oh, I thought he was gonna rip me a new one.
Oh, I know,
but
Dad.
He literally was just, I'm glad you're okay.
Okay, good.
I'm glad that you're safe. We're gonna handle it. We're gonna take care of it. But yeah, it wasn't fun.
So now that you've introduced yourself.
Oh, I'm Taylor, by the way.
What has been the best sense of knowledge and tip or understanding or lesson that you learned from everything, and how you tend to deal with it, and how you thought about yourself dealing with it, seeing?
So I think the best thing is to always be a little bit gracious to yourself, just because this is our first time living. This is our first time on earth. Everyone's still figuring it out and trying to figure out what they want or who they want or just all those things. But just all those things. And so I think it's just, you literally have to take it one day at a time just to keep being better or striving for better.
Yes. And so be gracious and kind.
Yeah, and
patient.
That's the thing. It's just be kind to yourself, because I know that I'm the hardest person on me.
Mm-hmm.
I just hit the shit out of that. Sorry about that. I know I'm my biggest enemy. So that's just one of the things that I you know what? This is my first time here. We all are still figuring it out. And even when I'm talking to my parents, my grandparents, they say, I don't know what I want to do. And I'm this age, or I'm still figuring out what I want to do. The big thing is just to be more kind.
Yes.
Just to keep that. Everything happens for a reason too.
Cool.
So I'm glad that you let me be a part of it. So I appreciate that.
And it's good to come out to it and admit your faults. Admit what you learned from it, and what you would say to people if they ever want to listen to this.
No, absolutely. And if I can just help by saying one little teeny whatever, then that's fine. I did my part.
Exactly.
So
you shared.
Yeah, I did what I thought that I was supposed to do, so I'm good. And I don't want to live with any regrets. So
exactly.